I think, especially in the role that I'm in, performance management. So it exists as a nexus of a lot of things. So you got to speak a lot of different languages, and so that's something that I've always sort of enjoyed. Is trying to bring people together and make these two different sides talk, let's say, but usually there's like five different sides. And one thing that's different here is a lot of my work is sometimes strategic decision support, right? As an example, where we're trying to make a very pointed, specific, strategic financial decision, like do we shut down this piece of software right now, right? Do we roll out this extra way for people to load their cards, and do we keep it going? And to answer those questions, you need a lot of things. You need people's time who are actually close to it in the business. You need data. And I think one thing that I'll focus on for this one is the level of data, or the data that I need to make that decision. So a lot of times you're left working with folks to take your best guess, and that's I mean, I think if you've been in the workplace, even on co-op terms, what you realize is nobody really knows what they're doing. And performance management is someone like turning a whole bunch of people who don't know what they're doing to taking their best assumptions and their knowledge and turning it into the best educated guess that you can take at that time, with full assumptions laid out, with logical, internally consistent thinking. And so I think getting folks to think about problems in that way, where, we approach it with a finance bias, there's other impacts. There's been plenty of times when I've been against a project because I've, looked at it on the face of it and said, this is like, we're losing $2 for every $1 we put in. Why are we doing this? And then by doing a deep dive, you understand the other implications that come with it, what it enables. And so I think, getting your head around that, especially the leap from having worked in for-profit organizations for my entire life to now, is one big deal, one big challenge. And then also getting that information to the extent where, Mentoring This is doing a big push, and a lot of organizations are, to try and build a data lake and try to build, a lot of that big data type analysis and building that infrastructure. And it starts, from the top. You'll hear garbage in, garbage out. And you've definitely heard that in your courses. And that's a massive challenge at, again, every organization I've ever been at. And so I think that's a challenge for everyone. And that's probably the one I'd leave you with for that one.